Conspiracy theories everybody believes.
One of the funnest activities on the internet is looking at conspiracy theories that people come up with. And as much as we love to make fun of some of these conspiracy theories, we all in secret use them. I think the reason why so many people are into them now is because anything can become a conspiracy theory nowadays. Before social media, there were still
Okay, everything can become a conspiracy theory, but I think we use the term conspiracy theory very loosely. I think a conspiracy theory should have to be like a solid theory that like many people believe versus like John from Wisconsin that has his own conspiracy theory about fucking some Adam Sandler and the Disney sniffer or something, right? Like I've made up, you can't just make up a conspiracy theory. It has to be something that has like some level of like validity or, you know, thought behind it. What's a conspiracy theory you guys believe? I don't even really think this is a conspiracy theory. I believe in the idea of big milk, but that's not really a conspiracy theory. I don't know any conspiracy theories that I believe. Epstein, what, that he didn't kill himself? I believe that. Yeah, I could understand the reasoning behind that. What, how all the cameras went missing, the bodyguards weren't there, he just mysteriously died. Like, yeah, no, that you could argue that one. Hitler in Argentina. You could argue Hitler in Argentina as well because of the bones, but not that he's still alive today. He would be like 130. He would be very old. He would be like the oldest man alive. He either died when they said he died or he died later on in Russia.
Conspiracy theories, but the amount.
Tupac. I could get behind the conspiracy theory that P. Diddy got Tupac killed. Or was it Biggie? Who was P. Diddy in the car with when they died? Oh, you believe that Tupac's alive. He was in the car with Biggie. I don't remember. Who was he in the car with? And he was their producer, and then it immediately made him like immensely more money. I don't know. Either. I think it was Biggie.
Not the public actually knew about was diluted. The most you had was the moon landing was fake theory or O.J. Simpson.
I fucking hate that theory. You know how it would? I genuinely believe it would be harder to fake. Okay, no, I think O.J. Simpson killed her. I don't even know if that's a conspiracy theory, as much, but anyways, the moon landing theory, I think, do you guys believe the moon landing was real? We've been to the moon now, okay? That's not an argument. For people that think we haven't been to the moon yet, you're crazy. If you want to say that originally the U.S. faked the moon landing as a means to get a one-up on the Russians during the Cold War era, blah, 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 it was the space race, we just wanted to be the first people there. Okay, but even then, I genuinely think at that time, it would be harder cinematically to, now it's different. Now you could CGI the fuck out of everything. I think it would be harder now to fake the moon landing than actually go there.
Actually guilty theory. The OJ one isn't even a conspiracy now. We all still smoking on OJ's pack, by the way. But now I could be gone for a month and online could start making conspiracy theories on where I went. I've seen someone say I was cloned after I got rid of my afro and I'm not the same person. But there's certain conspiracy theories out there. I believe that like 99% of the...
I had I would say an acquaintance when I was in philosophy, and he was like one of the smartest philosophy majors I knew. He could quote like every philosopher, every book that we were studying. He told me his mom believed, this was when Joe Biden was president. He told me that his mom believed that Joe Biden was a body double clone that was implemented by the Democratic Party as a means to mind control the United States, and that the real Joe Biden was dead. And that's like a common theory. That's not like there's like thousands of people that believe that Joe Biden isn't real and that the Joe Biden that we see in pictures is like a fake clone of the real Joe Biden that died either, some would say, like during Obama's presidency or after, or like in his first 6 months of office, and that he's like a lizard person.
Public belief is true.
Dead internet theory? I wouldn't say, would you guys say the dead internet theory is a conspiracy theory, though? I think that's like a proven fact that like over 20 or 30% of social media interactions are fake. And they're not even just like botted. It's just like AI accounts that these social media companies like prop up or people prop up to make it seem like they get more viewers or shit like that.
And of course, you know, we got to start with the one that was in recent news. Epstein didn't himself. I just want to say, these are all family-friendly fun theories expressed under my First Amendment right. As of now, they're all allegations and nothing is proven with evidence as a recording, and we have to fully believe everything the government says. All right, I think I'm good. I'm not trying to get hit with that Trump Rico. The fact we had a Republican president and a Democrat president who both chose not to release it kind of shows to everyone it doesn't matter who's in power. The people at the top are always gonna get away with things.
Well, I think it's not even even if neither of them are on it. Like, let's just play devil's advocate here. Neither of them are on it. If they release it, the people that are on it will kill them, because Jeffrey Epstein was friends with the most famous and powerful people in the world. So that's why it's not outlandish to believe that because Epstein was imprisoned, that they would kill him so nothing would happen. And then, like, you know, obviously the security guards being missing in that time frame and where the cameras, blah, blah, blah. The files aren't released. Like, that shit's its own thing. But, so he was friends with Los Pollos? No.
Always gonna get away with things. And before someone says, well, Tommy, Trump actually released the info, so the case is closed. If you actually believe the news that came out, you are top 3 dumbest on this planet. Yeah, bro, I'ma trust the info from this guy investigating the case. Or this guy, or this guy, or this guy, or this guy, or this guy. I can keep doing more, or this guy's. This up has got to.
You could try and argue that Trump didn't involve himself in the things Epstein was doing, but you would have to know if you were like really good friends with them. You know what I mean? Like, if you're like best friends with somebody and that's like such a big part of their life, like, it's not like, oh, Epstein did that one time. It's like, that was like they're like good friends. They hang out often. Yeah, they're rich people. They're not like with each other all the time, but like, that's like a huge part of Epstein.
Be one of the worst ups in modern presidential history. It's gotten so bad that he's now getting ratioed by his own supporters. He made this post on
why was Epstein famous before the allegations? He was a financier. He was rich.
True Social, trying to tell people and his supporters to forget about the Epstein case. Keep in mind, True Social is the app he made after getting banned on Twitter, so it's purely his supporters. Also, it's crazy to just tell people to move on, like you and the people around you weren't campaigning on this issue.
It's just very strange for a lot of people that the list of clients that went to the island has not been made public.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Probably will be, by the way.
Well, do you think that the list of the people that went to the island, all of them were involved in some manner? Or do you think there were people that he invited that he kept away from that form of, you know, sexual abuse and things that he was doing? No, I don't know.
Probably.
So if you were able to, you would be...
Yeah, I'd certainly take a look at it.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? 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 Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
But yeah, he got ratioed on his own message about it, which is the first time that's ever happened on his app. Overall, the government did not do a good job if they were trying to hide info about this case. No one with a sane mind is gonna trust you after hearing all the coincidences that took place the night he unalived himself. And all of these mysterious coincidences so happened to go on while he was on trial for trafficking minors, where he was definitely gonna snitch on. If I'm known as one of the worst people ever and going to prison for life, I'm telling on every single person that was with me. The night doesn't even make sense when you hear it. The camera specifically outside his cell malfunctioned that day. You would think they would have backups installed using our tax money, but I guess that wasn't a priority. His cellmate was moved to another cell. And even when his cellmate was in his cell, this is the guy who they put in a cell with him. An ex-cop who had life sentences for murdering 4 people. And in Epstein's first case of quote-unquote unaliving himself.
Well, and I think the other reasoning that I think the big thing is like all these things coincidentally happened. He died. It was ruled as a suicide when like somebody could pay one of those people to kill him, but I don't know.
Oh, if he blamed his
like, we're never gonna know, but it's like it is suspicious.
Cellmate for trying to literally kill him, but then his cellmate denied it and they dropped the charges immediately. I don't know, man. I haven't heard a lot of cases where somebody tries to unalive themselves then blames another person for trying to do it. The 2 federal guards who, and yes, I'm gonna
what did he do? You don't know what Epstein did? He would do the equivalent of what, you know, Diddy was doing on an island, but he would traffic like minors to the island and then bring rich people over to, you know.
Keep emphasizing it. Get paid from our taxes. Fell asleep and wrote down false records. In his autopsy, his
Diddy's free. Diddy's not free. Diddy is, he got acquitted for a lot of it, but they're trying to get him to get, instead of him getting like, what did he actually get sentenced to? Like 5 or 10 years in prison? I think it was like maybe 10 or 15. His lawyer's trying to get him to get, like house arrest for 10 years or however long it is.
neck bones were fractured
That's it? Yeah, that's what happens when you have $1 million lawyers. That lawyer's probably getting paid fucking 30 mil. Whoever the hell's representing him.
in ways that experts
If it's multiple multiple lawyers, like 3 lawyers, 2 lawyers.
said looked similar to strangulation. And all of these things were coincidences. I don't care.
Pay to win. It's not necessarily pay to win, but it's like when you get a lawyer, you're able to, the law's the same, but better lawyers are able to pick apart. It's not like they find everybody's always like, oh, they find loopholes. Most lawyers aren't always finding like a loophole that's getting you out of shit. It's like the lawyer is able to cause doubt in a jury to where they have to acquit, right? Or have them drop. Like, if you have a case where 50 people are coming at you and they're like, this happened, some lawyers are drastically better at poking at that person to cause so much doubt that people think that it has to be dropped because, like, there's not enough evidence that's valid. They just devalue all the evidence that you put forth to where it's like, hey, this is suspicious, but we can't say that he did it. Right. So that's what they'll usually do. I don't know what happened in the case of like his case specifically, but like good lawyers are better. So it's manipulation. It's not manipulation. It's like, how do you put this? Like, say somebody says something. You did this. I'm accusing you of this. And they lay out their plan. One lawyer might be able to pick at 2 things that look moderately suspicious in their story. They will then go to that person on trial and say, what about these things? That person will clear them up. That person's still convicted. A better lawyer is going to pick 10, 15, 20 things and go, maybe you were emotionally unstable at that point. Maybe you were seeing things. Maybe you interpreted things wrong. Were you actually there? This person's saying the other thing. They'll pull on different people. They'll get things to cross-counter your points and make you look like you're lying. Even whether you're lying or not, they're able to. It's not gaslighting, chat. It's like it's basically like they're debating to make it seem like that person's not telling the truth or that person's not telling the full truth in the way that they could. I don't know if they do gaslight them on the stand. That's different. But I'm saying they're not gaslighting the jury, if that's what you're saying. They're not gaslighting the jury. They don't interact with the jury. The jury just watches. They're watching a conversation.
Who's in office or anybody in the government who tries to deny it, the public is always going to keep pressing them about this for the rest of time. If they wanted to hide this better too, then why?
I want to say, before people rip me apart and go, that's not true in the comments, if this becomes a YouTube video, that's how I understand it. Feel free to correct me. For the people that are in law that are seeing this and going, no, this is how better lawyers work. Because prosecutors and defendants, they get paid. Like, it's the same thing as like real estate agents in that like the best lawyers and the best real estate agents are going to make so much more than like the mid and low tier. Like, they're just better at it. I'm going to actually Google, why do more expensive lawyers get people off more? Experience and expertise. More expensive lawyers have extensive experience in their field, deeper understanding in legal precedents, strategies, and courtroom procedures. They have a stronger track record of success in complex cases, allowing them to charge higher fees. They have better networking with people, judge, prosecutors, other legal professionals. They're able to negotiate better. They have different budgets. All right.
How would they even release the flight logs? I honestly think with the Epstein case, it's gonna take decades before the real truth gets exposed. It's gonna be a time where all the people involved in it are gone and no one in government who's involved in it now can get in trouble. That's usually how these things go. It's the fact they have the audacity to think they can get away with this and we'll just move along to the next thing. I don't even think this is a political issue. It's more of a humanity issue. You had $1 billion.
Okay, this is way off topic, but I think it just like, when he was like, yeah, forget about it, that it made me think of this. There has to be so much sketchy shit that, like, I'm talking the giga rich, like billionaires do, that we just don't know about. Like, when I know this is like, fictitious or hypothetical. Do you think that there are, how like Squid Games occurs? Or like we watched Squid Games and how it occurred. There's 456 people. I don't think there's anything like that. But do you think there's instances of like really rich people hunting poor people and killing them? Maybe not like face level, like maybe not like Jeff Bezos or people on the spotlight. But there's probably like absurdly rich people that take trips to random countries and like hunt humans and like kill them. And yeah, like the like hide and seek type shit. Not like The Purge, but what's that one, like Ready or Not, I think is the name of it.
They're trafficking minors who was friends with the highest profile people. Them saying they have no client list is insane because the flight logs are public. And some of the people on those logs flew multiple times. And the whole public is supposed to assume no one heard the rumors about Epstein and their little groups. Like, as a creator, I can tell you, I've heard rumors from other creators in private about other creators. So I know the exact same was going down in their circles. Also, I gotta clarify, I haven't heard rumors about another creator on like Epstein level timing, you know, just small.
Well, I mean, the shit that happened in Epstein's time is also like 20, 30 years ago. Are there YouTubers that are that old?
Things. I don't even think that would work on a content creator level. It'd immediately get exposed by some Twitter page ready to eat up the news. Next, we got the cancer cures already found, but pharmaceutical companies are hiding it for profit. There is no way we've been studying cancer in modern.
Ooh. I believe that this is true to specific types of cancer. Like, not, I think there's some people that just think like cancer's cancer. And it, you know, it is. It's the mutation of cells that fails in a specific section in a cell cycle where it doesn't pass or it passes a check when it shouldn't, and then it starts mutating. I think that like there might be cures for leukemia and breast cancer and like just types of cancer, like prostate cancer, that like mega rich people have cures for, but we don't. Because I don't know, are there instances of like super rich people dying of like cancer? I mean, like, this is me just thinking like Chadwick Boseman, the guy who played Black Panther, died of cancer. But he wasn't like real Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs believed in holistic medicine. So that was also like decades ago, but Steve Jobs also didn't get the treatment that he should have. So I don't think that's an example. Like billionaires though. Are there examples of billionaires that have died of cancer? Probably, but I don't know. Billionaires that died of cancer. David Koch, 2019. Paul Allen, 2018. Rupert Murdoch. Okay, now there's a lot. I think there's, okay, this is what I'll say. I think there's better and more advanced treatment that has a way better success rate than like shit that's available to the average person. But I don't think there's like a serum that just makes you immune to cancer or cures all cancer. I think that's outlandish. I think that, but the thing that makes me really get into this is cancer treatment is a business. And cancer treatment makes a lot of fucking money. So if you were able to get a cure for some level of cancer, that would reduce that income for specific businesses a lot. Like, I don't know. Well, I don't know what they would, I don't know. I don't know. Because you could say the business for selling a serum that would cure it would be better, but it's the same idea that it's like, you don't want an end-all be-all in a business. You don't want a cure for cancer business perspective-wise because they're not going to come back. You want returning customers. And as fucked up as it sounds, this is the capitalistic mindset where you have to go, these people they don't want you to get cancer, but when you get cancer, you come to them, they make a shitload of money. You might get it again and have to come back. Same thing where it's like, things aren't made to last anymore. You buy products that'll break in 5 years' time so you get a new one. And yes, that's in part because you could get a better, new, and improved product. But like products that were made in the 60s and 70s can work for decades. But like most modern things that you buy break within like 5 years. And you could say in the same thing, it's like, I don't know.
But pharmaceutical companies are hiding it for profit. There is no way we've been studying cancer in modern times for over 100 years and nothing has been found.
What about condoms? What about condoms, man? What point you trying to make here, boss? Where are we going? What about condoms? What about them? What about them?
Chemotherapy was
What the fuck does that have to do with cancer?
invented in 1943 before the microwave was invented.
Bro's just trying to involve himself in the conversation. What are we doing here? Bro's just bringing shit up to bring it up.
Nothing has been found. Chemotherapy was invented in 1943, before the microwave was invented. And how many times have you seen a new quote-unquote breakthrough study come out about a cancer cure? Only for no update to come out about it, and it's completely vanished from the...
I just feel like the way that I'm perceiving it is like, even if you're getting paid by private organization to do research for, say, rich people, if you figured out a cure for cancer, don't you think the individual scientists would most definitely publish that? Because I think a lot of scientists as well, regardless of how much they're being paid, would sit there and go, this would make me a legend. Me getting, millions or like hundreds of millions of dollars even, say they were somehow getting paid that amount for this serum for people, doesn't match, like, imagine being the guy that cured cancer. Like, you're in history. You're in history, you're going to get grants, you're going to get academic money, you're going to be able to advance your research more, you're going to be more credible. Like, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I just feel like being able to hide that would be really hard.
Public's thoughts. I've been hearing they've had new cancer breakthroughs since I was a kid. You're telling me one of you didn't find something by now? Alright, man.
Well, they've made breakthroughs for treatment.
This theory mainly comes from the fact that the medical industry makes so much money off of cancer patients. It sounds up, but there's probably some doctors out there who are happy when they do a diagnosis on their patient and it turns out they have cancer, because they know they're going to be making thousands off them for years potentially. The average cost of
Well, wouldn't it be the hospital, not the doctor?
chemotherapy ranges from $10,000 to $200,000. It is actually impossible to live in America.
Like, the doctor's not making more money the more cancer he diagnoses.
Without insurance. If I look at my hospital bill and see 200 G's, I'm immediately leaving the country once I get cured. Cancer treatment alone as an industry makes $100 billion a year. So imagine if they found a...
I believe that alcohol companies are, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna say this. This is like conspiracy, real conspiracy shit. I think alcohol's been very normal. This is coming from somebody that drinks. I think alcohol is just genuinely poison, but it's so profitable that it's become so normalized that just in the same way that, tobacco companies got Juuls removed as an alternative for smoking, that alcohol companies do a lot of stuff to suppress other less lethal and less dangerous psychopharmacology-esque substances. So alcohol is what is used as the main source of inebriation. I think as well, when you look into it, tobacco companies were more against weed, and I think that they have slowly come around and started to invest in it, which is good in terms of a regulatory product, but you could tell that they're finally giving up. Like, weed is becoming legalized in a lot of more states, I think because of, like, obviously just individual social approval, but also, like, less, I guess, marketing towards the people that weed is terrible for you. When it still is bad, it has downsides, but, like, now they're going, hey, we could actually make more money if we get into weed. So, like, a lot of other brands that have holds in alcohol or have holds in tobacco go and do that now. Like, Pabst Blue Ribbon makes THC drinks. PBR has weed drinks. Like, these companies are now transitioning as a means to make more money.
Less complicated cure.
I don't know. I think, like, a lot of business shit that's, like, good or bad for you is around that.
Treatment alone as an industry makes $100 billion a year. So imagine if they found a less complicated cure that was cheaper and could get you fixed up in a year. The rumor
I think a lot of medicines as well I think a lot of big pharmaceutical companies do heavy marketing towards people and try to explain to them that their problems are genetic or from specific things, when a lot of the time it's from people being obese, overweight, and they refuse to say that. And so they get a lot of doctors that help prescribe medicines for people that will reduce the side effects or, things that they're seeing that are bad, whether it be lethargic, their vision's getting bad, whatever it is. I'm just, rambling right now. And most people's health problems come from bad diet and bad exercise. And instead of saying, hey, you should do this, they go, hey, take this. And then you take that gives you side effects, which make you need to take another medicine, which reduces those. And so it's a chain effect that feeds money into pharmaceutical companies' pockets instead of you actually getting, like, in shape and then not having those problems.
And on to this too is that pharmaceutical companies buy the patents for new
You have a bad diet. I'm not saying my diet's great, but I'm saying, like, that's what I'm thinking in my brain. Is like, when I see ads, you ever see an ad that's like, somebody, they'll be like frolicking in a field, going like this. Inquesna made me feel so much better. Before, I was shitting myself on the daily. But Inquesna may cause death, vomiting, diarrhea, seizures, brain aneurysms. I felt so much better using Inquesna. Or whatever that might even be the name of a medicine. I don't know. Like, it'll just be like somebody fucking frolicking. They're swinging with their kid. Have you ever thought, hey, it may cause thoughts of imminent death, dread, existential dread, heart attack, stroke, diarrhea, vomiting. And I love how sometimes the side effect of a medicine will be the thing that you're trying to cure.
cancer drugs that
This cures diarrhea, may cause diarrhea.
may work, and then don't continue developing it just so the cure is never found. What the pharmaceutical companies claim is they'll get the patents and try testing the drug, but it won't work well enough, or the side effects of the drug are too severe. If you want to believe every drug they start testing coincidentally gets shut down because of that, go ahead. But yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna be a bit skeptical about that. The thing I kind of don't believe in though is there's people who say you can heal it naturally. Like they'll say if you mix a miscellaneous group of ingredients from a forest in the middle of nowhere, a tribe hands you a special kind of leaf only grown there, and if you blend it with water, boom, you're cured. What happens most likely is it may help with some of the symptoms you get, but I feel like that's it. Next, we got that our phones are always listening to us to push products for us to buy. We've all had that moment where you're talking about something out loud, and you open your phone, not even a nanosecond later, you have 5 ads about it. You're on YouTube and getting spam.
Do I believe in that? That one is sketchy. I feel like it's coincidence. I don't think it's listening. Because it doesn't happen 95% of the time. You know? I think that when you have a conversation, say you're like, damn, I'm really missing Orlando, Florida. I'd love to go to Disney soon. And then that night you see an ad for Disney, or like say you're talking about a plunger and you see an ad for a plunger. I think you might have in the past few days seen things that kind of led you to that thought process. Brought it up, not really remembering, like subconsciously forgetting the thing that you saw previously. It shows you an ad, and it's been proven that it listens. Has it really? I don't know. You can look it up. Does your phone listen to you for ads? Wow, that's the first search. While phones do listen for commands to virtual assistants like Siri or Google Assistant, they don't continuously record and analyze conversations. However, apps can request microphone access, and some may collect data, including audio, for various purposes, potentially including targeted advertising. Really? So some apps do it, but a lot don't. I hate when I go on a website and it hits you with that, do you accept cookies? There's a level of maturity in life where you realize you need to stop clicking accept all cookies. And that varies by person. You know, you might be 50 by the time you realize that. And I'm not saying this is like life maturity. I'm saying this is just like internet, right? I used to accept all cookies no matter what. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, like it. Now I will spend the time to hit when they try to dig it deep too to decline. It's either do you accept cookies, accept, show more, scroll down. You have to auto select, uncheck everyone, do not share. They like hide it. I'll do that. I'll fucking do that. Fucking New York Times, whatever it is. Fuck you. I don't want you to know what products I like. Give me the same Taco Bell ad you give everybody else.
And ads about it for a month. This is already proven sort of true, but not fully. There's been real cases where certain games and third-party...
What do cookies even do? They track specific information about you to help target advertising towards you so they could charge more for targeted advertising. The more hyper, this is real marketing. The more knowledge they know about you, the better they can market towards you. That's why influencers get paid to do ads as well, right? Companies will come to me, not just because I'm going to market whatever product is and then you might buy it, but it's mainly like if a company comes to me, they look at my audience demographics and go, the majority of my audience is male. The majority of my audience on YouTube is between 18 and 25. At least that's what their accounts say. I want that demographic. That's the demographic that's going to play this game. That's the demographics that's going to buy this product. And YouTube can't as well do that. And even then, though, they are good at it. Like, YouTube tracks your shit. Same thing with, like, websites. Like, websites can sell that to companies either as packaged info about you, or they'll use that to sell to specific advertisers at a higher margin to market you products. Because if you shoot 1,000, what's like something only men between 15 and 25 use? Let's actually just say this. Let's just say this. DraftKings, right? Or any gambling app. What is the demographic that's going to use a gambling app? Men between 21 and 35. If you shoot 5,000 DraftKings or FanDuel or whatever ads out to just a bunch of people, a lot are going to go to old people, a lot are going to go to women, a lot are going to go to older people, like older men or young or people that can't gamble. So what they want is they want to target those ads to people that are actually the audience that either already gambles and uses another one, or has thought about, hey, I want to download an app. I don't know which one to download. And so it's not like they're convincing you to do it. You've already had that thought in your mind, and they're just activating it so you do get it. Or like razors, like Gillette razors. Gillette razors probably go to ad companies that use cookies to track like male audiences. Because why the fuck are they going to sell Gillette male razors for your face and shaving cream for your face to women? Right? So they'll do that shit. And then that's very broad, though. They can get really hyper-specific on it, too.
Apps have been caught recording people.
They use your location as well. Yeah, location, age, demographics. They'll look up what else you search on other apps as well. So, like, a cookie on one website could track your info and then use that as, like, a means of marketing on other apps or, like, gain other info in general.
But all of the social media apps,
how specific? Pretty specific.
Where the rumors come from, deny that they do it.
You ever get a TikTok that's about a business that's 50 miles away from you, 40 miles away from you? And you're like, this is my For You page. TikTok doesn't have my location, but I'm getting recommendations for things that are in my city, in my state, in my region, stuff like that.
Which most of the time is where we see the ads. I don't know how much longer they can keep up this lie. Because people have recorded themselves doing tests and talking about something on a brand new phone. Then when they open any social media app, they're already getting ads about what they talked about. It might be our fault because I guarantee somewhere in when you accept the terms and conditions for social media, they have it written down, they can do it. Facebook's terms and conditions page is like 5,000 words. Looking at it, that's actually not a lot, but our lazy asses are not reading that. Out of all apps, Mark Zuckerberg would definitely be the one to want control over the population. Thank God Facebook fell off and it's just booming.
Wasn't he getting sued for that, though? Wasn't that like a whole lawsuit? Like that he was selling user information to like people?
Eating up AI slop all day. Mark Zuckerberg at a point just wanted to own the whole world and everybody to be on Facebook. Facebook got in trouble years ago because they got caught hiring people to listen in on voice messages, and their excuse was that it was to improve their transcription system. This is the type of stuff that be making—
Somebody said he needs to stop dressing like a 17-year-old. What do you mean, like his fit there? Dude, it used to be way worse than that, though. You remember Mark Zuckerberg? You remember prime Mark Zuckerberg? Mark Zuckerberg now looks like a rich surfer. You remember this Mark Zuckerberg? This was Skinwalker. This was Skinwalker Mark Zuckerberg. No tan, the fucking hard buzz, and would only wear like white, like Gildan shirts.
Me schizo about this topic.
That's Joe. That looks nothing like me.
At random times, I'll point the middle finger to my camera whenever I remember there's someone that may be looking through it. Maybe pull out my meat and give them a little surprise. I never found out until later in my life also that Google has a setting where you can turn off personalized ads. Some people watching this may not even know that's an option. It would annoy me every time I searched up something, and for the next week I'm getting ads about that one thing. Even though I have the personalized ad setting off,
okay, but part of me does fuck with ad personalization because then I do kind of get roped into the ad sometimes. Obviously, I don't want ads shoved down my throat, but would I rather have an ad that I'm more interested in than one that I'm not? Yeah. I want it to a level, okay? I don't want it to be so hyper-specific and niche to me that it's creepy, but I don't want, like, I'll get ads on YouTube for, like, pregnant women. Like, that's not, what the fuck? Like, shit like that. Like, it'll be like stuff that, like a medicine that a pregnant woman would use. Like, why would I need that? Maybe you're pregnant. I'm not pregnant. I'm a guy.
I'll still see them push products from something I searched up. If they have a setting for something like this, I don't think it's far-fetched.
No. Stop that.
They could be listening to our phones. And last, we got the government suppresses technology to keep certain industries alive. I'm gonna be talking from a purely American perspective. I know it happens in other countries, but obviously I mainly know about how it happens here. There are certain industries in America that everyone can tell would be destroyed if they let certain things happen. One recent example people talk about is the car industry. Cars in the US as of recent have been not the most affordable, to say the
Average new car price. They're like all very similar though. I'm surprised there's not more like disparity between them. Why do you think cars, what state is this? Don't tell me. I'm not looking at chat. That's North Dakota, that's South Dakota, that's Wyoming, that's Idaho. Whoa. Montana? Why does Montana have cars way cheaper than anywhere around them? Because they're probably not getting cars from Canada. I get, like, Washington having cheap cars. That's not Washington. That's Oregon. Oh, my God. I get Oregon having cheap cars. Less volume, then it would be more expensive.
least. To get a new decent car in 2025, you're gonna have to sacrifice an arm and a limb. It doesn't help either that's
And they be hitting you with the shit post-buy, bro. Oh, MSRP 35K plus tax. By the way, you're gonna do you want the insurance package that if your engine shits out in the next 2 years, we'll be able to cover it? Oh, yeah, that'll be another $10,000. So if you go to a dealership and it says 30K, you're gonna be spending 42. Just know that. Just know that. Before you go buy a car, whatever the MSRP or price tag is not how much you're paying. You're paying more. You're paying, like, I would say another 20% more.
some new cars may be more expensive.
Go on Facebook Marketplace. Oh, yeah, let me go buy the Facebook Marketplace Hellcat that had the sunroof shattered. I wonder how you got that.
Due to tariffs and what.
Oh, I could buy the car, but there's no deed? Oh, or not no deed. We can't transfer over the car, but I'm just buying it. Oh, what is it called? No papers. No pink slips. No title. $5,000 car. Wow. Only 2,000 miles on it. Interesting.
But not because of this, a lot of people have been looking at Chinese cars and how cheap they can be, while damn near being as a luxury or better than the cars here. But due to
Okay, that is badass. Bro. Is this the front fucking seat?
better than the cars here. But due to laws in the US, and none of those cars can be sold here. Because that's
Yo, I want them, I know they're really unsafe. I want them to make more of those cars that had, like, those Jeeps that had the back seats that faced away. Like, if the front of the car is that way, you were facing, like, the opposite direction. I love those cars. You ever sit in one of those? Like the back of a golf cart, but in an actual vehicle? Oh my God.
most people are
It's so much fun to be in a car like that.
predicting if they start letting
The cock chair? Oh, is that what you call it?
them sell those cars here, all the American car brands would be cooked. If you look in other countries that they're able to sell in, they dominate the market there. They're usually
I wouldn't call it the cock chair. I would call it the cool chair. But, you know,
in like
to each their own.
top 3 most sold car brands in that country. To show y'all how cheap it is, the biggest car brand in China called BYD has a car that you can buy brand new, a 2025/2026 model for $15,000. And they also have a car that starts brand new at $10,000. To be fair, they are smaller cars and are also electric, but to most people, prices are
10 grand for a car? Ugly as fuck. Bro, you could buy 5 of these for the price of 1 in the US.
everything. They could care less. Like, yeah, the average car guy may not want to be seen in it, but to everyone else that doesn't care about cars, they don't care.
I would say 90% of people would rather have this car. 15K?
Those are the prices for the most basic models too, so imagine if you wanted to spend a little bit more time.
Buy used? Bro, a used car is worth it if you're getting it like 2K miles, 5K miles. If you're buying a car with like 20, 30K miles on it, I personally, I don't think it's worth it. I actually, like 20 or 30K, that's fine. I think if you're buying a car with like 60 to 70K, it's not. I think like 30K and under. Because then you got that car for another like 50 or 60 before you have problems. It's because you're rich. The first car I ever had 60,000 miles on it. It was from 2010. I just think you're going to encounter more problems long term, is how I'm seeing it. If you buy a car that has 50 to 80,000 miles on it, and it's not like a reputable brand, that car's gonna shit out in like 30K miles, unless shit's been replaced. Like, say you have, like, what's like if it's a reliable car brand, like, I think like Hondas are reliable. If you have a Honda, like a Honda CRV, and it has 50,000 miles on it, and you buy it, okay. But if you have like, what's like a non-reliable car? Like motherfuckers buying Hellcats, Mustangs. Like if you're buying like a Hellcat, and that was like dumb for me because my shit had problems. Like my first car was a 2010 Camaro with like 58,000 miles on it. 59,000 miles on it. It was an RS. It was overpriced for being used. And it had problems. Like 6 months in, it had problems. So that's why I'm saying, like, you have to know if you're gonna buy a used car. I'm not saying that's bad. Just do your research on like it's fine if you're buying a car, it's used, you know it's reliable. But there's to a point. Like, have you ever seen the videos of guys that are buying used BMW, like i4s or whatever, for like fucking, like a crazy amount of money, and it has 130,000 miles on it? If you are buying a car with over 100K miles on it, and you're still paying new car prices, you're crazy. Like, if you're buying a car with 100K miles on it, and you're getting it for like fucking $5,000, oh yeah, awesome. But if you're buying a car with 100K miles on it and you're spending fucking $35,000 on the car, brother, that shit's going to crap out in 30K miles. Like, that car's going to break. Unless it's like a fucking, like, very reliable car.
Upgrade. If a Chinese electric car brand had the ability to start selling here, Tesla would have a year left before going bankrupt. This theory isn't far-fetched. It's even proven now the reason why electric cars weren't as popular in being.
Why do miles matter? Because if you, it's showing how much your car's been used. If you have a shitload of miles, but your engine or your transmission or other things have been replaced, that's fine. But if you have a car with like 60K miles on it, that engine's driven 60,000 miles. That transmission's done 60,000 miles. Those brakes, you don't know if they've been replaced when they have, right? How old are the tires? You got to look at that too. Most dealerships would give you new tires, but you got to look at that too. Right? You want to like actually look, if you're buying a used car, just look into it more than a new.
Being produced in America. It's because all the oil companies and gas companies would lobby in Congress to slow them from expanding the industry. The first modern electric car was made in 1996, but I guarantee
60K miles is not a lot. Yeah, dude, Brooks' car just had like 185,000 miles on it. Yeah, cars can get far. But if you're buying a 60,000 mile car and you're paying an expensive amount, it's not worth it. I'm not saying buy new, but I'm saying, like, if the car originally is 50K, it has 60,000 miles on it, and you're paying 30, that's ass. Because you're still paying 30 grand for a car that's basically been 2 years used every day. Because in like 2 years, not 2 years, like 5 years, depending on how long you drive or how far you drive.
you asked most people back then,
The average person's probably driving like 10 to 15K miles a year. I would say. I don't. It depends on your area. If you live in Texas, it's probably even more.
probably would think an electric car was never invented. Electric cars only started getting popular past the 2010s. The gas and oil industry is probably top 5 most evil industries in the world.
Joey Poo, you're rich. Dude, I know I have money. I'm saying everybody's just saying I'm out of touch. I'm just saying from a standpoint of whether or not your car's going to have problems, you're making a financial, this is not financial advice. I'm not sitting here saying this is what you need to do. But I'm saying if you go to a car dealership and spend $35,000 on a car with fucking 80,000 miles on it, it's going to have problems. Maybe not now, maybe not this year, but 2-3 years down the line, your fucking transmission's going to fucking shit out and you're going to need to fix it. And that's going to be thousands of dollars. So I'm saying, like, just look into it.
I can guarantee anytime there's an invention that would help convenience the average consumer, they're ready to shut it down and have the government stop it. Them and the car companies did the same with trains and streetcars. With America's GDP, people always question why we don't have a major high-speed train system between states. We got some that connect.
Like, if you're a motherfucker leasing, oh my God. Sorry, I'm not even watching the video now because I'm getting off on this. If you're a motherfucker leasing a car or like, bro, I'll see shit where people will fucking buy a Hellcat or a fucking Challenger that's worth 80K. It'll be 80K used. They put $5,000 down, and then they're financing that shit for 8 years. That is the dumbest fucking shit I have ever fucking, like a souped up Hellcat that's used, and it's fucking like, hey, I'm gonna spend 80K on this car that's not brand new. Yeah, it's souped up, but oh my God, you're gonna be paying it off after it already doesn't work anymore.
Expanding the industry. The first modern electric car
Oh yeah, how long you financing for? 68 months.
was made in 19.
Oh, how much you put down? Oh, 2% of the car's cost.
1996, but I guarantee if you asked most people back then, they probably would think an electric car was never invented.
120 months. Oh, so 10 years?
Electric cars only started getting popular past the 2010s. The gas and oil industry is
Yeah, 72, not 68. That's not around. 72 is what, 6 years?
probably top 5 most evil industry.
That's actually not that bad. Most people finance cars for like 5 to 10 years. It would be like 90, 100 months.
In the world. You can guarantee anytime there's an invention that would help convenience the average consumer, they're ready to shut it down and have the government stop it. Them and the car companies did the same with trains and streetcars. With America's GDP, people always question why we don't have a major high-speed train system between states. We got some that connect between states, but it's nothing major and usually way too slow. California has one that...
Bro, it is actually crazy, though, that we don't... Yeah, Amtrak, but the Amtrak's not that fast. Other countries, like, because I've been trying to plan this trip to go to China, you could go from, like, major cities in China that are so far apart in 2 hours using a high-speed train, using a bullet train. Same thing, not even just in China, in, like, Japan and other countries as well. Like, we would be, if we had the high-speed trains that a lot of Asian countries have, we would be able to, like, travel for cheap, far as shit, fast as fuck. Like, if you live in, like, Cali, you could go, like, Cali to Colorado, like, speed bullet train in, like, an hour and a half. Not on a plane. You just board a train. Sit in a shitty seat. Doesn't matter. It's fucking $30. Or however much it costs.
travels from Chicago to San Francisco, but it takes 52 hours. I'm gonna be going insane if I'm in any vehicle for 52 hours.
It takes 52 hours to it takes 52 hours to go Chicago to San Fran.
I'm gonna be going insane if I'm in any vehicle for 52 hours.
Is the train going 30 miles an hour?
That's what throw me out because everybody would be facing my wrath. You're better off flying and shaving 48 hours off the trip. Countries like Japan and China have proven you can make a high-speed system that connects the country. Of course, this would never happen though because the oil companies would immediately step in and shut it down. As soon as they'd even hear
Yeah, because they make a lot from, like, just gas and consumers.
a peep of the government talking about starting it, you know they're
Dude, I would be so down to have, like, I would be so down to just, if we could have, like, a bunch of high-speed trains that could go everywhere, I would, like, if the trade-off was, like, you're not allowed to own a car, I would genuinely consider that. Like, if you, say that the high-speed trains existed, but you could only use them if you didn't have a car, I would give away my car. Because then you could just go anywhere. Like, you could just take no car. Yeah, it will depend where you lived. But, like, if you live in, like, a big city, like, if you're in New York and then you don't need a car, you could just fucking take a train any other state you want to go.
wiring politicians millions as friendly donations to stop it.
What about going to work? Well, you would assume that with the high-speed trains, they would also make smaller trains that would get you within the state.
Going back to the industries though, I understand why the government may not want another country's competitor to dominate their market. Every major country does the same to protect themselves. They really try to sit and gaslight the public though by telling us the product we have here is the best and not the one they restricted. If the one that's restricted isn't the best, then why not let us have it and see it's not the best? Because clearly if it isn't, then no one's gonna buy it, right? Anyways, that's gonna be all. Let me know what y'all think and if y'all...
well, that was the outro of the video. Interesting. That was fun. I just got on an off-topic rant about cars at the end there. Squid Games is definitely happening in some shape or form, and the VIPs are most definitely exist. Bro, we were just talking about that. I don't think Squid Games happens. Do you think, though, there's rich people that, like, pay to kill each other? Not kill each other, like, kill other rich people. Like, pay to kill other humans. Yeah. Or maybe, like, make them fight. That's more what I could see a scenario where there's, like, billionaires that get 2 people to fight to the death, and the one that wins gets, like, $1 million. I could see that. Not something where it's like they're getting 500 people.